never too high. Come and talk to me. I really want to be. Can I talk to you? I really want to. I put it all on her. I get it right back. She put it all on me. I couldn't fight that.
What's up, family? It's your big sis T Renee, and I am back today with another story. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Hey, I'm hoping that one day you find something on this platform that resonates with you and make you want to come back and subscribe. If you are a returning subscriber or a returning viewer, welcome back. I'm hoping that you enjoyed today's video. And again, you guys, thank y'all so much for tuning in with me each time that I post. It is all greatly appreciated, and I would never get enough for telling you all that. I know you all are here for a story time, and that's exactly what I'm going to give you. But before we get to that, let's go ahead and drop down below in that comment section and leave a hey girl, hey, what's up, big sis? Thank y'all so much for engaging with my channel. Again, it is all greatly appreciated. I would never get enough of telling y'all that, and I love y'all for it all. You have already seen today's title. You have some idea of what this story time is going to possibly be about, so let's get to that. So today's story time is going to be about none other than Manga. I know y'all have heard of Manga before, and for those that are not familiar with who Manga is, as I always say, I suggest you go to my playlist section and try to catch up there. Story times with Manga should be under the series of Millennial Drama. I believe the particular story that I talked about him the most was my boyfriend's best friend tried to set me up. No, my boyfriend best friend set me up. I believe it's a couple about Manga, but that's the one I can remember. So y'all, please go and check out my playlist section and catch up there. Just a little background. Manga basically was a guy that I dated. Well, I don't know. I guess, yeah. It was a guy that I dealt with heavily when I was in high school. I know I said I'm not going to talk about my high school years, but I dealt with him in my adult life as well as some capacity. So yeah, we're at this point of this story, we are adults and we're trying to catch back up because basically we don't really know each other. Yeah, basically this story that I'm about to give y'all today, it happened before the story time that I gave y'all already, where Manga's best friend set me up and tried to ruin our relationship. So yeah, basically. So, okay, during this time, this was around the time where I was still in my 20s or whatever, of course, and I used to visit home often. And one summer, I just was home. I was at home for like a couple months. I had a little job back in where I was going to school or whatever, because I was out of school. So, yeah, I had a job and all that back in where I was staying in Nashville or whatever, but I would come home a lot. And this particular summer, we partied any chance we got, because during this time our city also still pretty much had all kinds of nightclubs, bars, and things you can do around the city. I can honestly say me and my homegirl, one of my homegirls, at least one of them, me and that girl hung out every day of the week. We would get off work, because I also had like a job that I would go back to there. I took a leave from the job back in Nashville. I had got a job here, so I was still making some money. So yeah, when we got off, we would go party. And during this time, we used to hang out at this one popping club that I mentioned in the other story, and I would see Manga there. And I also got back real tight with his cousin. All of us went to high school together, of course. So me and this girl used to hang tough. That is the only person from, I would say, kind of like my childhood years or whatever, well, high school, that I was real cool with still. So yeah, we started hanging out, and then every time I would see her, she'd be like, you know, my cousin keep asking about you, saying that when I'm gonna bring you around, this, that, and the third. Do I want to give her a name? I don't know. No, I'm just gonna say Manga's girl cousin, cause yeah, she was real close. They was really close. They was first cousins, of course. So they was really close. I'm just gonna say Manga girl cousin. I'm like, girl, he ain't studying me. I don't know. I was like, if he really wanted to be around me or do whatever he's trying to do, I feel like he'll come to me. He'll approach me. He sees me out, and every time he see me out, he's trying to block some guy from talking to me. But if he want more from me, then he should say that. He should approach me. I've always felt like that. I'm not gonna be the woman that shoot my shot. I can't really recall a time that I ever just shot my shot. I might have been slick in my approach with certain things just to get somebody's attention, but I never just directly said, hey, what's up? Let's go do this and that. I can't really recall a time. And I feel like I shouldn't have to. That's just me. But anyway, so yeah, moving along. Manga also went off to college at some point too, and he had got a degree and all. He graduated, got a degree and all that. But when he came back home, he moved back home, he had this but when he moved back home, he had got this job or whatever, but it wasn't necessarily something that he utilized his degree for. I honestly feel like to this day, it was somebody that he knew, because that man was making a lot of money at this company. And he worked for a check cashing place. And I know y'all like, a check cashing place. Yes. Him being the district manager for this particular location may have had something to do with it. Honestly, I still feel like he was making way more money than the other district managers. And like I said, he knew somebody. And so I'm not understanding why he got into what he got into and he was making good money. But I guess when you looking for something real fast and you trying to stunt on folks, yes, I'm saying stunt because that's the term we was using then. When you trying to just do the most and act like you that guy, you gonna do whatever to flex. And so I feel like that's the type of time he was on. So yeah, he was a district manager here, but during this particular time, he had to work at that direct location because they was in the process of looking for a new store manager. And so he would be there and taking care of everything. Michael also had access to all of the funds, of course, as in most people that are part of management at any of these type of stores would have access to all the funds. So yeah, this one particular weekend was Michael's girl cousin birthday. So for like a couple months, they had been talking about what they want to do, what she want to do for her birthday. And Mike was like, well, we can go out of town. She's like, no, I don't want to go out of town because not everybody can go. And, you know, we got these little jobs. We ain't finna be, you know, I don't know. It was a reason why everybody couldn't, we felt she didn't want to go out of town. And like I said, I'm sure it was because people had summer jobs and they couldn't just take off like that. And then everybody just can't go out of town like that for whatever reason. So yeah. He was like, well, we can do something real big here. We can rent out a space and we can just throw you a nice party. We can make flyers, this and the third. And she was like, yeah, that's cool. So they doing all that, they talking about all that or whatever, and that's in the works. And so he was like, well, we need to do something another day, you know. Yeah, that's a turn up, but man, we finna do the most. Like he was like, yeah, that's one day, but we gotta do something for the rest of the dang on days or whatever, the rest of the weekend. So he was like, well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rent out a few booths at the club, at this one particular club that we used to go to all the time. And honestly, at this place, them booths wasn't cheap. And he was talking about renting out like 3 and 4 because it was that many people that used to hang around like that. Like that's probably the only time that I used to hang in a big group of people. And it was mostly men. Of course, there was other women, but it was mostly a lot of guys. Other than that, Tania ain't hanging out with a large group of people at all. At all, baby. Never have, never will. This was the only time that I probably did that. I might have been in some situations like hanging out at the club and people brought their homegirls. It might have been something like that, but on a regular, no. This is probably the only time. So yeah, he's talking about doing all this. And of course, you know, they give you at least one bottle and some little food or whatever. And they give you wristbands for you and probably 4 other people or something like that. And so he was talking about, like I said, he was talking about doing like 4 different booths. They not really cheap. And then the alcohol they give you is real cheap alcohol. So fast forward, the night comes of us hanging out at the club. This is like a Friday night because her big party was going to be like that Saturday. So we getting ready to go to the club or whatever. And he was like, man, you know, man, I'm finna turn y'all up. I'm finna turn y'all all the way up, man. I'm finna be buying out everything. And he was not lying. When I say this man was buying out the bar at this club, he was buying stuff for people that he didn't even know, like buying bottles for people. And I'm looking at him like, I know this man made good money at this job, but ain't no way in hell you blowing your hard-earned money on random people or even your family and friends. Like, you not blowing money like that. You ain't got it like that. Not to my knowledge. And so I just brushed it off because at this point I'm on a whole nother level. But I am a little conscious because I'm looking at him like, why is he blowing this type of money? Shit. I ain't never been a girl to be like, I ain't never been the type of woman to be like, oh, I need a man to buy this, that for me, because that stuff don't really matter to me. You do something for me, that's awesome, but trying to buy me all the latest bags and clothes and shoes, I ain't never been that person. I don't care about a man blowing all that type of money on me. At this point in my life, especially nowadays, like, let's go out the country, let's go out of town, let's go do something. That's what you can spend your money on. But other than that, you know, I can take care of myself. But anyway, that's not the point. The point I'm trying to make is this man was just throwing away money, and I was kind of curious as to how he got this money, because I know this wasn't his money. So fast forward, it was fast forward, the night come for her big party. Like I said, he had flyers and he told everybody on social media that, you know, about the party, and it was a good party, y'all. The party was amazing. Like, we had a ball. Like, I'm tired of saying that tomorrow turned up, but that's how everybody was, really. Turn like for real. That's basically what it was. Everybody had a good time, I would say that. But anyway, so fast forward, it's like sometime during the week, I don't know what day, of course, but I was chilling over there with them at they grandmother house, because, you know, like I said, they first cousins, and I was chilling over there with Manga and his girl cousin, with their friends, whatever. We just chilling at their grandmother house, and Manga and his cousin is in the kitchen, and I'm getting up to go to like the bathroom, I think I was trying to get some out the kitchen, but I stopped behind the door because they still had a door to their kitchen that kind of like, you know those doors kind of sway, whatever. So I stopped at the door, and I'm hearing them in there, not necessarily like arguing, but she's like, where the hell you get all that money from? I know you ain't blowing your money that you just worked hard for. Like, where did you get this money? You need to be honest with me. I was like, man, girl, what you talking about? She's like, I know, I saw you, like, just buying. She's basically saying the same thing I was saying. Like, nigga, where you get this money from? Because you just blowing money. All weekend, you just buying stuff for people. Like, and he was splurging on folks, buying them nice clothes and stuff like that, just trying to make sure they look good. Like, he really was doing all of that. So he's like, man, if I tell you, man, this stay between us, can't nobody know this. She's like, come on now, you know me. So this fool tells her, I stole $100,000 from the safe of my job. I'm like, come again? She like, come again? Cause I'm sure I was like, come again? We both like, come again? You know, but I ain't said it out loud because they don't know I'm eavesdropping. So I gotta be quiet. But I'm stunned like she was. Yes, I stole $100,000 from the safe of my job. She's like, damn fool, you stole that much money at one time from your job? He's like, now you know me better than that. I took it over a period of time. Like, so yeah, they couldn't really tell. She's like, nah, man, I don't know, cause like, I feel like you need to watch it. Like, I don't know. I don't trust it. Like, fool, I don't want to speak negative, but I don't know. I don't know if you're going to get away with that one. He's like, man, don't worry about all that. They ain't said nothing. I did this a minute ago. I'm straight. And man, just don't worry about that. Just don't worry about that. You need something else? She's like, nah, man, you did enough for me and I appreciate you. So they leave out the kitchen, they come back into their room, and I'm just looking at him beside his head. I'm not saying nothing. I'm just looking at him like, I can't believe you. And I fear the worst for you because they most definitely coming for your ass. So fast forward, it's probably a few weeks later, and he's telling me how he has to go on like a couple business trips or whatever, and he's going to be gone over a period of time. And I believe him because this is something he'd done before. Like, even when I was away at school, he would talk about how he had to go on these different trips, and he would go to a few different places, and he may be gone for maybe just about a month. You know what I'm saying? He'll be gone for almost a month. Yeah, like he really had, I'm telling y'all, that man had a good position set up with this company. And this fool just blew it away. He just threw it all away for greed. So yeah, anyway, so I'm like, okay, that's cool, you know. And during this time, it was almost like the end of summer or whatever, I believe, because yeah, it was close to the end of summer. It was close to the end of summer for college students, because we would have to be going back to school soon for, you know, most colleges have their students come back around the same time anyway. They have classes start around the same time usually anyway. But anyway, so it don't matter. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. So I didn't think too much of it. Yeah, when I say I talked to his cousin and she was like, I haven't seen him for a month. Like, yeah, I know he go on these business trips or whatever, but I haven't seen him. I haven't really heard from him. All he been doing is texting me. Y'all, don't y'all know this fool? And we didn't know till like a month from that month that he had been gone. He did not come back. That fool actually had escaped the city. Like, he ran from the city. She didn't know that he took all his stuff with him. Because like I said, yeah, he took all his stuff with him. Nobody known. I guess he had a lease to his place, got rid of the lease. I don't even know if he got rid of it. Yeah, I think he closed the lease out at his apartment, whatever, early. Like, we finding all this out later. Because, yeah, we finding all this out like a couple months later. Because he hadn't been back from all his trip. He just kept telling them, I'm straight. I'm just real tied up with all this stuff with the company. We had a lot going on. So, I don't know. I don't know what he told his folks. That's his family, so I don't really know what he told all of them. But the fool had, and nobody knew where he was. Turns out this fool was in Arizona. Yes, Arizona, out of all places. And it's like he knew, like the people at the company didn't say anything to him, but I'm sure he felt that something was coming, because those business meetings that he claimed that was happening was not happening. This fool packed up a few nights after she talked about that and left. Nobody said anything to him, but I knew he knew it was coming. They most definitely was trying to figure out what happened. They hadn't heard from him. He ain't said nothing to his job, none of his folks. The bounty hunters was looking for this fool, and they eventually caught him. But y'all, it's crazy because they didn't catch him till like damn near a year later. They found him in Arizona. He definitely did some time. And I kind of felt bad for him, because I'm like, you had so much potential to do something way better. You could have went further in this company. You're a smart man. You have this degree. Most people drop out of college and don't finish. That's a big accomplishment. Like, you just have all these great qualities and things and capabilities about you, and you do this because of greed, and you want to flex to your homeboys back home. Sometimes, most times, you need to leave those hood people at the house, baby. If you have an opportunity to get out, leave, get out. Don't be like your friends back home that's stuck. They still, I call those people still, because they still stuck in the same mindset that they had when y'all was teenagers. They still doing this and that. They still doing that. No. And that's probably why I don't really kick it with the people that I grew up with, because our mindsets were different. I used to do stuff in high school. I was very active in my school, and they didn't want to do all that. They said I was acting funny, acting brand new when I made new friends. I'm friends with these people because these are the people I'm with all the time. After school, I'm at practice. We going to track meets. We going to cheerleading events. We going to games for the. So yes, I'm going to be with these girls, but it doesn't matter. The point is, you have to leave those still ass people back in the hood. And so I was just kind of like, I felt bad because he's in this situation and he's away, and you know, his folks can't really be in the same place. Of course, when you in jail for real, prison or whatever, you're gonna be away, but it don't even matter. I feel sorry for him because he basically threw all of any type of potential away in those moments. Not saying he can't get his life back, but as far as working for some of these companies, it's gonna be hard because you a felon. And so, but I also was very disappointed in him. Like, no, why did you do this to yourself? I know I'm not perfect, but I'm just saying, like, nah, bruh. Nah. But anyway, y'all, I'm not going to keep dragging this out. I just wanted to give y'all that story time about my boy Manga. Like, oh my goodness. And yes, I know I say a lot of times I talk about these stories when something comes about that reminds me of it. But nothing really came about that reminded me of it. I don't think so anyway. I just wanted to give y'all something different and kind of take a break from telling y'all about the people at my jobs, because I got more story times about dealing with people at my jobs. So yes, in the series I'm talking about is Leave Those People at Work. I've been going straight for a few weeks talking about people at my jobs, but anyway, I wanted to give y'all something different, and it just I don't know. I just thought about this time. It just came to me. Like I said, a lot of times my stories, they just come to me. I don't really necessarily write them down. But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna stop this right here. But before y'all leave this video, make sure y'all go ahead and drop down below in the comment section and let's chat. If you have experienced something similar with somebody, or you know somebody that have done something stupid, of course, you know, it's welcome here to talk about, but make sure y'all always keep it respectful. Also, be sure to go ahead and subscribe, y'all, if you are viewing my channel every time I post but have yet to subscribe. What you waiting on, baby? It costs nothing for you to subscribe. What it does is help my channel grow. It helps motivate me to want to give y'all more content when I see that y'all enjoy my stories. I also want to start posting other type of videos like I used to when I first started my channel. I'm most definitely going to give y'all some different type of content in due time. Your girl is almost at 500 subscribers. Y'all, come on, I need a couple more people and let's get your girl to 1,000 subscribers. But the people that's here now and those that are newly subscribed and those that have been hanging with me from the beginning, I so appreciate y'all. I will never get enough of telling y'all that. Also, y'all, hit that post bell notification so you'll know when I post. And I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.